Issue 2, Episode 4, Capability at Work. As we near the close of this edition, the question before us becomes practical. How does capability move from intention to action? From ideas discussed in classrooms and forums to behavior, judgment, and experience in the real world. This episode brings together two articles that explore exactly that transition: how capability shows up at work and how it is ultimately experienced by others. Building Capability in Youth: Core Competencies and Foundational Literacies. Based on the article by Joseph Bastian, India's youth stand at a pivotal moment. As Joseph Bastian points out in his article, the future will not be shaped by what young people know alone, but by how well they can think, adapt, and apply that knowledge in changing contexts. In a world defined by uncertainty, capability becomes a form of currency. At the heart of this capability lie a set of foundational competencies, not technical skills tied to specific jobs, but literacies that travel across roles, industries, and phases of life. Critical thinking allows young people to navigate complexity, question assumptions, and make informed decisions rather than follow instructions blindly. Financial literacy builds confidence and independence, helping individuals manage uncertainty, make responsible choices, and avoid vulnerabilities that arise from poor understanding of money and risk. Digital and media literacy, meanwhile, determine how effectively young people participate in modern society, not just as users of technology, but as discerning citizens who can evaluate information, resist manipulation, and act responsibly online. Scientific reasoning adds another dimension, encouraging evidence-based thinking in everyday decisions, not just in laboratories or research settings. Running through all of these is adaptability. As the article reminds us, the ability to learn continuously, unlearn outdated ideas, and relearn new approaches is no longer optional. It is essential. Capability, in this sense, is not a checklist of skills. It is an integrated mindset, one that prepares young people not just to find work, but to remain relevant as work itself evolves. Foundational competencies shape how individuals think and act. But capability becomes truly visible when it is experienced by others, especially in moments that matter. Customer experience in healthcare, based on the article by Asha Prathap. Few environments test capability more deeply than healthcare. In her article, Asha Prathap reminds us that customer experience in healthcare is not about efficiency alone. It is about trust, empathy, and human connection. Patients do not experience hospitals in fragments. They experience them as a whole, from the first interaction to the final follow-up. In such settings, capability is felt through behavior. Clear communication reduces anxiety. Courtesy restores dignity. Empathy reassures patients and families at moments of vulnerability. The article makes an important distinction between satisfaction and loyalty. A patient may be satisfied with a service, but loyalty, the willingness to return or recommend, is built through emotional connection and consistency. Healthcare decisions are deeply personal. They are shaped not only by outcomes, but by how people feel during their journey. This is why customer experience becomes a strategic capability. Hospitals that empower frontline staff, simplify processes, and design experiences around human needs create environments where trust can grow. Technology plays a role, but only when it reduces friction, improves transparency, and supports care rather than replacing it. Capability in healthcare is ultimately measured not by systems alone, but by how consistently people feel cared for, respected, and understood. It is here that skills, values, and culture converge. Together, these two perspectives bring clarity to a central idea. Capability begins with strong foundations: thinking, adaptability, and literacy. but it finds its meaning in practice, in how people work, serve, and respond to others. In the final episode of this issue, we turn to the future, reflecting on how capability must continue to evolve and what it takes to remain ready in a world defined by constant change. You've been listening to Management Voice, the audio edition, brought to you by the Thrissur Management Association.